I was 5 years old when the geography of my world changed after my grandmother passed away, leaving my grandfather. In the silence of a house that felt too large, I moved my small pillow into his room. My mother worried that a young child shouldn't be confined to a single room with an old man. But even then, I could feel the cold, unspoken loneliness radiating from his back. I didn't want him to face that chill alone. What started as a child's empathy became a shared life that spanned 14 years. That cramped room was our private universe. In my earliest memories, my grandfather's hands were like old bark, rough, weathered, and calloused from a lifetime of toil. Yet, every night, those hands became as light as feathers, gently tucking the edges of the blanket around me. The scratchy warmth of his touch was my security. A silent poem of love more comforting than any luxury. As the years blurred and I grew a full head taller than him, our nightly ritual naturally reversed. It became my turn to walk to the foot of his bed and tuck the covers around his tired feet. He often kept a small radio on all night. The static-filled frequencies, old songs, and the low hum of announcers would sometimes interrupt my sleep as I studied for exams. My mother would urge me to move into my own room so I could focus on my future, but I always shook my head. If I leave, I thought, who will he talk to in the dead of night? To me, that radio wasn't noise, it was the rhythm of his life. A constant reassurance that he was still there, breathing beside me. Then came the spring of last year. Just as the flowers began to peek through the earth, my grandfather collapsed. In the sterile, rhythmic beeping of the intensive care unit, he took my hand with a grip that had grown frail. With a look of profound apology, a look I had never seen on his face in 14 years, he whispered as if sharing a painful secret, "My dear boy, could you help me clean myself?" It was a request for help with his most basic needs. A moment where a man of pride surrendered his final dignity to the one he loved most. Without a second of hesitation, I smiled and whispered back, "Grandfather, of course. I've got you." As I cared for him, I realized that the warmth he had tucked into my blankets as a child was finally flowing back through my own hands to him. But I didn't know it would be our last exchange of warmth. He passed away only a day later, leaving in a hurry, as if he didn't want to be a burden for a moment longer. In the face of such a sudden goodbye, I wept more bitterly than anyone. "Grandfather, how could you leave like this? It's not fair," I cried into the empty air of our room. While sorting through his few belongings, I found his old ID card and taped it to my desk at eye level. I needed to believe he was still watching over me. A few months later, during a meeting with my school counselor, I faced a wound I wasn't prepared for. The teacher glanced at my records and said casually, "Oh, your grandfather passed away, right?" Then, with a cold black pen, he drew 2 thick lines through my grandfather's name on the family chart. My heart felt as if it were being pierced. That thin trail of ink felt like a blade, cutting the last physical cord between us. On paper, he had ceased to exist, but in my heart, I wanted to scream that he was more alive than ever. I am now in my final year of high school. Whenever the pressure of my studies feels like it's choking me, I look up at that old ID card on my desk. "Grandfather," I whisper, "math is so hard today. Am I doing okay? Are you proud of me?" In those moments, I can still feel the warmth of those 14 years filling the room. Someone once said that those we love never truly die. They simply go ahead of us to prepare a place in our hearts where they can stay forever. Because of the place he prepared so lovingly within me, I know I am never truly alone. I carry the warmth he taught me, and I pick up my pen once more. Family love is stronger than death. Even though it can't stop death from happening. But no matter how hard death tries, it can't separate people from love. It can't take away our memories either. If you enjoyed this true story of love and devotion, please double tap the screen and hit the follow button. Your support, follows, and likes give me great strength. Thank you.